This is a hello, and quite frankly, maybe more of this will be personal than general. But as I've said, it's my channel, and I post what I want to post. It is. I got to make sure now. Is it Thursday? Yes, it is. June 9th. And I must say that I'll get to some music, but I need to clear my plate first. Saying hello to family, and family is on my mind this morning a lot because because of another death of a loved one. I have mentioned it actually in some recent videos about a friend of mine, a good friend, Gary Beck, who had recently shared that he was diagnosed with lung cancer, but unfortunately he waited to tell us when it was already in stage 4. And I come to find out the news yesterday that he had passed away. And I had been trying to get a hold of him every few days, not really trying hard. And then I went ahead and looked for an obituary yesterday and found one. I was not very aligned with his family, although he felt like part of my family. So I'm not so much disappointed or anything that I never heard from the family about any services. Whatever they did for him is probably over with. But that I want to just get that out of the way, that's on my heart, and I'm feeling it. And so the thing that I'm wanting to say is, be kind when you can, and love as much as you can, and just we all just really need to refocus on what's important, which is each other. That's what's important. With that in mind, I waited a while to do a new video because I part of my intent is that I want people to watch the videos I make. In particular, the Gentle Giant interview has had a lot of views, more than usual. My interview with Didier is more of the usual, and it's a reflection seemingly of what people know about the artist. And Gong and Didier Malherbe need to be, in my world, they are household names and ought to be. From my perspective, Didier is a pioneer in world music and exploring other cultures musically. And he brought that flavor to the music of Gong and started at the end of the 60s. He's a pioneer. He's a trailblazer. He is a huge figure. I didn't get a chance to say to him, but honestly, when I finally got to see Gong and I met David Allen, Jilly, Pip Pile, and Didier, for me it was on the same level as for maybe other people as meeting the Beatles or members of the Beatles. It was very important and magical. The music that they made changed my life, made it better. So Mauricio has been sliding me other possibilities of people to interview. I'm open, but or rather maybe if you don't make the connection, the interviews are going to be much more interesting when it's someone I want to interview. I don't want to interview people just because I can. Some names were thrown at me, and it's like, well, I know who they are. I have some of their records, but I don't particularly have an interest off the top of my head to speak to them. That may change. There are folks who I would like to speak to, and someone brought up Richard Barbieri. Richard and I have a Facebook friendship, and we have spoken online before, and he's bought some of my music. I haven't reached out to try to ask him because I'm aware of his schedule, which is he is quite busy right now getting ready to do the Big Porcupine Tree album release and tour. So I'm in no hurry. Even though, as I just lost another friend, you never know how long you're going to be here. I'm still not feeling any pressure to interview everybody. But I'm glad that you're all enjoying it, and I've enjoyed the recent interviews very much. People that I feel like personally I vibrate with and would like as people in my life. So that's what's up with that. Some other quick news is I don't know that I can announce it yet, but I can announce this much. You know that I'm in the David Nance band. And David has been out on tour. We recorded his new album at the beginning of the year. And he was shopping it around. And he got a label. I'm really pleased with the label. And when I know that I can tell you what it is, because it probably won't come out this year because we're definitely going to be getting a vinyl release. But then I'll share it because for me it's another bucket list accomplishment. Even though it's his deal, I'm on the record, so I get to share in the experience. And I'm very happy about the label that has decided to pick up on David's new album. Listening wise, I had an enjoyable listening experience with this yesterday. I didn't play much music. Art Blakey and the Jazz Messengers, The Witch Doctor. Now, to me, this is one of those jazz albums that, to my ears, is a populist release. This one is for the people. In other words, this is very easy to listen to, and it's almost like pop music. It's like pop jazz. How's that? This goes down real smooth, and it's pleasant. The playing is very nice on here. I always enjoy Wayne Shorter's voice on the saxophone. So this was a very pleasant listen yesterday. The records are out in the other room because I'm just going to talk about what's on my mind. As I was absorbing the fact that my friend Gary Beck was gone, has died, and I'm feeling sad, I spent some time listening to music out in the living room. I have a even nicer stereo in the living room with a nice old Pioneer turntable, good magnetic cartridge. The sound difference quality between the one in here, which is really good, but the one out there it's incredible. So I was playing these records. They're okay. I'm gonna grab them. Just hold on. Some years ago, as cutouts or something, I was able to acquire these albums called Check Up Your Sounds, Audio Symphony. These are Japanese albums put out by RCA to tune up and check your stereo. There's music, and then on one of these there's tones, are there? Like tones. But anyway, these are wonderfully pressed and mastered pieces of audio. And I was just kind of slack-jawed listening to my stereo, listening to this music. There's a piece on here that I love with a woman singing called Young Wheat. Music by Koichi Sugiyama. Lyrics by Rei Nakanishi. And it's the Grand Symphonic Orchestra. It's just beautiful and very moving, and I was close to tears listening to it. And had the tears come, that would have been fine, but they didn't. But, oh, you know, we're coming up on, see, the other thing to share is that I always forget Gary's birthday, but it's either Gary's birthday today or in a few days. And then my brother Patrick, his birthday is is next week, or would have been next week. So to lose them within less of a year of each other, it's just, it's heavy. So yeah, it's on my mind. I'm talking about it. But that was part of my musical experience yesterday. And the day before, thinking about the fact that it was Prince's birthday, I pulled this. One Night Alone, live. And this is musically really solid. But his preachiness, his Jehovah Witness preaching on here is bullshit to me. Pisses me off, okay? Some of the things that he says on here are exactly what I'm not about, which is following other people and putting people on pedestals and preaching to people, telling people what they're supposed to think. I don't like that. Make up your own mind, But the music on that album is incredible. And it's beautiful purple vinyl, too. I love that. That's all the music that I've been playing because I'm back in the studio. And I was in James's studio last night, one of the members of Chemicals/DHX, working on some tracks with horns. So I'm working on music. One of the things I'm thinking about doing, and I'll throw it out here, David, because I know you watch Dave, as opposed to David. I call my son David. So I am long-distance friends and a collaborator with Dave Newhouse of the Muffins, now Mana Mirage. But we've never met or talked in person. Maybe that would be interesting to do a Zoom conversation here on my channel with Dave Newhouse. It would be the first time we would actually be speaking to each other. But I would like to shine more light on his history and think that more people would benefit from hearing his work. Plus, he's getting ready to release a box set of the Muffins, so it might be timely to have a Zoom chat with Dave. Dave, if you see this, let me know if you're interested. I mean, obviously I can message you personally and say, hey, Dave, you want to do this? But if you see this while you're having your coffee, let me know. Are you interested? Before I forget, I see that it's gone public that Ryuichi Sakamoto is in stage 4 cancer and that it has spread. And it's not looking good. Interesting. Sad. But so the idea of interviewing him is like, well, we put that to rest. I just hope that he can survive longer. But knowing my friend, I just lost Gary to stage 4 lung cancer. It's sobering. But I have so much love and respect for the work of Sakamoto. He's someone who I would love to just spend time with. I would. So, that's what's on my plate this morning. And see, that was the other thing I was going to do. Rebecca from Colorado sent me a care package recently. Rebecca, sometimes I feel like I'm not worthy. I guess I am. You send me such nice things. And she sent me a new cup. And I tried to use it. And yet, what's interesting is when people send me cups, it's really strange. But I don't know how it happens, but I end up breaking them. And she sent me a very nice ceramic cup, so I've used it a couple times, but it's like I'm going to just keep using these old dogs here from my old job. And that one, and the other items that she sent me, Thank you. They're sacred. Have a good day, people, and let me know how you're doing.